Have you ever wondered if it is truly possible to go from having absolutely nothing to building real wealth? Not winning the lottery, not inheriting a fortune, but starting from scratch. Today I want to share a story with you. It's the story of a man named Daniel who found 3 powerful secrets to building a life of abundance from the ground up. This isn't just a feel-good story, it's a practical roadmap. If you've ever felt stuck, thinking that your bank account defines your future, this video is for you. Because the first thing Daniel learned was that the road to wealth doesn't start in your wallet. It starts right here in your mind. Let's rewind. Daniel was at rock bottom. He had lost his job, his savings were gone, and the future looked bleak. He felt trapped, like a victim of circumstance. But one day, something shifted. Instead of wallowing in despair, he became obsessed with a question. How do people who start with nothing actually succeed? He dove into the stories of self-made millionaires and billionaires. He studied the cleaners who became real estate moguls, the farmers who built agricultural empires, the students who turned simple ideas into global companies. As he devoured these stories, a powerful pattern emerged. They all had one incredible thing in common. At some point, they stopped asking the question, "Why is this happening to me?" and started asking a much more powerful question. What can I do now? That was the light bulb moment for Daniel. He realized he had been playing the blame game. He blamed his bad luck, the tough economy, even his own past for his situation. But the moment he decided to take ownership, everything changed. So he began to intentionally rewire his thinking. This was his first real investment, and it cost him $0. He started with daily affirmations. Every single morning he would look in the mirror and say, "I am not poor. I am simply in a state of preparing for wealth." It might sound simple, but this small act shifted his identity from someone who was lacking to someone who was building. He was no longer defined by his current circumstances, but by his future potential. Next, he built an ironclad routine of discipline. He forced himself to wake up an hour earlier than usual. No excuses. That first hour of the day became sacred. He dedicated it entirely to reading not fiction, but books on finance, mindset, business, and personal development. He was feeding his mind with the knowledge he desperately needed. He also made a conscious effort to cut negativity out of his life. He stopped hanging around people who complained all the time and avoided news and social media that only spread fear and doubt. Instead, he started meticulously planning every single day, every single step. Even if the step was as small as apply for one job or read 10 pages, he wrote it down and did it. He didn't have any money, but he was building something far more valuable, a growth mindset. And that was the foundational secret, the very first step to getting rich from nothing. Change your mind before you try to change your bank account. Now, with a new mindset, Daniel was ready for the next step. But a positive attitude alone doesn't pay the bills. He needed something tangible to build on. He needed a skill. He thought back to his old construction job. He remembered how he was always the go-to guy for small, tricky fixes that others couldn't be bothered with or didn't know how to do. He had a knack for it. That was it. He decided to turn that knack into a service. He started incredibly small. He began offering basic handyman services in his local neighborhood. We're talking the simplest jobs: fixing a leaky faucet, patching a hole in the wall, painting a door, assembling some flat-pack furniture. He had no marketing budget, no fancy website, not even a business card. His entire marketing strategy was just word of mouth and a genuine desire to do a good job. He went door to door with a friendly smile, offering to help with small repairs people had been putting off. The first week, he earned a total of $45. It wasn't much. It was barely enough to cover his food for a few days. But to Daniel, that $45 felt like $1 million. Why? Because it was his. He had earned it not from a boss, but from his own effort, his own skill. In that moment, he discovered the second powerful secret. When you use your skills to solve other people's problems, they will gladly pay you for the value you provide, not for your past or your pedigree. This realization lit a fire under him. He decided to double down. He poured every spare moment into learning and upgrading his skills. He watched hours of free online tutorials, learning about advanced home improvement techniques, electrical safety basics, and even the fundamentals of interior design. He wanted to offer more than just a quick fix. Soon, he wasn't just repairing things, he was transforming spaces. A client might call him to fix a broken shelf, and he would also suggest a better way to organize the room for more space. He was adding value beyond the initial request. His service was evolving. And that revealed the second core principle to building wealth from nothing. You must turn your raw skill into a valuable service, and then constantly work to turn that service into even greater value for your clients. Your income is a direct reflection of the value you create for others. Several months flew by. Daniel was now consistently busy, his reputation growing with each successfully completed job. One day, he was called to fix a recurring leak in an apartment ceiling. The owner of the apartment was a woman named Sophia, a freelance graphic designer. As Daniel worked, they started talking. They didn't just talk about the leak. They talked about life, business, and their dreams for the future. Daniel shared his journey of starting his handyman business from scratch. Sophia listened intently, and then she said something that would change Daniel's trajectory forever. She told him, "You're doing amazing work, but you can't grow alone. Every big dream needs a team." Sophia saw the potential in what Daniel was doing, but she also saw the missing piece. He was a great handyman, but he was a one-man show. He had no brand, no marketing, no system for growth. She, on the other hand, had the creative skills he lacked. An idea sparked between them. They decided to partner up. It wasn't a formal business partnership at first, but a collaboration based on mutual respect and shared ambition. Sophia started designing professional flyers and eye-catching social media posts for Daniel's new official business, which they called Transform Spaces. In return, Daniel provided his services at her rental properties for free. The impact was immediate and explosive. With Sophia's branding and marketing, the inquiries started flooding in. Daniel's business went from a handful of random jobs to a steady stream of clients. Within just 6 months of their partnership, they had a list of over 40 repeat clients who trusted them completely. It was at this point that Daniel learned the third and final truth on his journey. He realized that true wealth isn't just about money. He said, "Relationships are riches." This isn't about networking to see who you can get something from. It's about building genuine connections with people who trust you, who respect your work, and who truly believe in your vision. It's about finding people whose skills complement your own. This is the multiplier effect. One person working alone can only do so much. But two people with different skills and a shared goal can achieve 10 times more. The third way to become rich from nothing is to build strong, honest, and mutually beneficial relationships. These relationships are the currency that multiplies every opportunity that comes your way. So let's recap Daniel's incredible journey and the 3 secrets he uncovered. First, it all began with a mindset shift. He stopped blaming his circumstances and started taking ownership. He reprogrammed his mind for growth and abundance long before he had a dollar to his name. Second, he identified a skill he already had and turned it into a valuable service that solved problems for others. He continuously improved that skill to increase the value he offered. And third, he learned that you can't do it all alone. He built a powerful partnership based on trust and mutual respect, which multiplied his efforts and accelerated his growth beyond what he could have ever imagined. This story isn't a fantasy. It's a blueprint. Maybe you don't have money right now, but you have a mind you can train. You have skills you can develop and offer. And you have the ability to build genuine relationships with people around you. The path from nothing to something isn't a straight line, and it isn't easy. But as Daniel's journey shows us, it is absolutely possible. It starts not with what's in your pocket, but with what's in your head and in your heart. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this story has inspired you to look at your own situation with fresh eyes. If it has, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content to help you build your best life. What skill could you start with today? Let me know in the comments below. See you in the next video.